is the name of this letter. Pull down straight, curve to the right, slide across. What letter is that? J. J. J, J, J. J is the name of this letter. I can tell by your faces that I didn't draw backwards. Yes. Win for Jason. Thank you. Okay, so you all had a chance to reflect a little bit? Yeah? Feeling good? Okay, so I'm going to jump right in. I'm going to finish session 3. There's just one page left. So I'm going to have you hold tight in your groups for the moment. And these are the same groups that you'll be facilitating in this afternoon, since you've established a relationship, which is great. So here we go. Final concept for session 3. Slide back here, got my page ready. Okay, so we just talked about a number of different routines and strategies that you can use in your classroom around social and emotional development. Continuum of play, super fun, right? Isn't this amazing? Kate developed this not too long ago, a couple years ago. Last summer. It's brand new. This is a great observation tool if your teachers are observing play to indicate what support and scaffolds children need. So now, let's make our way to page 60 in your participant manual. And we've covered a number of different strategies. Many of them are proactive and will prevent. We'll set up structures and systems within your classroom so that kids feel like they have tools to manage their strong emotions. And yet, sometimes we're stumped. Sometimes we have a child who's expressing strong emotions, they have these unmet needs, and we just don't know how to fill them, right? Has that happened to you before? Yes, it's definitely happened to me before. Luckily, there is a resource that can help you. And this is something, honestly, my first probably 2, maybe even 3 years in Seeds, I knew it existed, but I never really used it. It was one of those things that I saw, but just skipped over. And I really have come to love this tool because it helps me think as a teacher and as a coach and as an administrator what supports and scaffolds we can provide our kids. So I want you to take a look at that first page. And how I tend to use this is I just kind of use it as a checklist, like what's in place, what are things that we can try. So I need your help. I need a scenario. Let's think through a scenario that we can apply to this particular form. Who's got one for me?
A student consistently eloping large group.
Okay, a student consistently eloping large group. Okay, so the child is leaving during large group activities. What is the teacher doing during that time?
Leading the large group.
Leading the large group and is having trouble bringing that child back, okay? Let's say that the teacher has tried saying, giving them a few minutes and then calling them back. What else maybe has the teacher already tried?
Giving them choices.
Giving them choices.
Sit here at lunch for time, you could sit there instead.
And the child is like, no, bye, right? Okay?
Maybe a fidget.
A fidget, okay? Let's say the child's like, great, throwing toy. Okay, what else?
Maybe the teachers. Sorry.
Allowing the child to leave.
Okay, and then the child is away. Let's say that they're away for extended periods of time, right? Which might happen. And the teacher's starting to feel anxious, like this child is missing out on important information. But when I try to call them back and try to invest them in it, they're not. He's got some unmet needs. Huh? It's like, no, I don't want to do that, right? Okay, so that's the scenario. Now what we'll do is go through this form and think about, okay, what are the things that the teacher has tried, and what are some things that she might want to try as a next step? Okay? So we've been sensitive, we've asked questions about what the current behaviors are, and the teacher and the child are both feeling frustrated. The teacher doesn't know what to do, the child doesn't want to come to school. Okay? Encouragement. These are things that I would ask the teacher to really get to the root of what might be coming up for that child. To what degree, it says here that being predictable and consistent is helpful for children. To what degree have you been consistent with this child? And she would respond, let's say she's been really consistent. Okay, what about clear rules and expectations? We learned that they needed to be visual, that they need to be concise, that they need to be predictable. Have you done that? Let's say yes, I've done that. De-stress activity. Have you tried taking a break? She's like, yes, I've tried taking a break. Empowering the child. Have you offered the child choices? You named that she offered the child choices, right? Create a shared positive environment. Positive nonverbal messages. When he comes back to the rug those few times that he have you affirmed him? Oh, no, I haven't affirmed him. Well, that might be something that you want to try. What is the value in that? How does he feel when he comes back to the rug and gets acknowledgement from you and some affirmations? So we might set a goal around that. Let's say she's like, I'm being super encouraging. I've tried all those things. None are working. What could I do? Where would I go on this form? Yeah. Maybe he doesn't know what to do. Maybe you have not educated him on the expectations and how to do these things. So we would go through, are you being explicit with your instructions? Have you tried role playing? Right? Yeah,
Well,
yes.
maybe you just have to inherit your schedule. Like, I've seen teachers,
Your circle time is 40 minutes. I can't even sit for that long. Totally. Right. Yeah, where would that come up? Sensitivity, so you're asking that question, right? Yes, I agree. I think it also comes up with develop through doing. We can't expect a child at that age to sit for 40 minutes, right? So it might come up there as well. Continuing to educate. Teaching problem solving is a big thing, and you can't just teach it at the beginning of the year. There are times developmentally where they go into disequilibrium, and that's where they need to be retaught some things. Thinking aloud during play about how you decide what to do and say. Oh man, I had this amazing play coach. She would help me. I had a wanderer, a child who just like, he didn't know how to play. So she's like, you take his hand, you go into a center, you sit down with him, and you play with him, and you do running commentary. I did that, it helped him immensely. But that is something that teacher might try. So you're starting to get a sense of what this form can be used for. You can go into the develop through doing. What is he or she allowed to do? And how does the child feel respected and capable?
I'll even add that the develop through doing, sometimes if I use this in coaching, I'll go first to develop through doing so that we get an image of what we want to develop. So it would say, like, what do you want this kiddo to do? And the teacher would say, well, I'd like him to sit for 5 minutes during read aloud, and then we kind of backtrack from there. So you can actually start with develop through doing, and then you can also move forward and end with develop through doing. Because when we have a naughty child, what's the image in our brain?
We can't.
Yes. It's the misbehavior. So we want to shift that gear and get like, what do I want, and teach to what I want. So that's how this little form can kind of like back map to that.
So you can use it
The way Dana did works.
either way. Yep. But so take a moment at your tables and just think through what are the things that you like about this? How would you use it with your teams?
Yeah, exactly. So, like, how does